Om. 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 Brahmanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasadrusham Tattvamasyadilaksham Ekam Nityam Vimalamachalam Sarvadhi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami Shruti Smriti Purananam Alayam Karunalayam Namami Bhagavat Padam Shankaram Lokashankaram Shankaram Shankaracharyam Keshavam Badarayanam Sutra Bhashya Krutau Vande Bhagavantau Punah Punaha Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Vande Guru Paramparam Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Chaiva Tato Jayamudirayet Nainam Chindan no, sorry. Mukham Karoti Vachalam Pangum Langayate Girim Yet Krupa Tamaham Vande Paramananda Madhavam Yam Brahma Varunendra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyaistavaihi Vedai Sangapadakramopanisadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita manasa Pashyanti Yam Yogino Yasyantam Navidusura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha Atha Srimad Bhagavad Gita Atha Dvitiyodhyayah Sankhya Yogaha Sanjaya Uvacha Tam Tada Krupaya Vishtam Ashrupurna Kulekshanam Vishidantamidam Vakyam Uvacha Madhusudanaha Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Kutastva Kashmalamidam Vishame Samupastitam Anarya Jushtamaswargyam Akirtikaram Arjuna Klaibyam Asmagam Apartha Naitattvayupapajyate Kshudram Hrudaya Daurbalyam Chektotishta Parantapa Arjuna Uvacha Katam Bhishmamaham Sankhe Dronam Cha Madhusudana Ishubhe Pratiyochyami Pujarha Varisudana Guru Nahatvahi Mahanubhavan Shreyo Bhuktum Bhaikshyamapi Haloke Hatvardhakamamstu Guru Nihaiva Bhungiya Bhogan Rudira Pradigdhan Nachaitadvidmak Kataranno Gariyo Yadva Jayema Yadivano Jayeyuhu Yaneva Hatva Najijivishamaha Teva Stita Pramukhe Dhartarashtraha Karpanya Dosha Upahata Swabhavaha Pruchami Tvam Dharma Sammudha Chetaha Ichreyasyan Nishchitam Bruhitan Me Sishyasteham Shadimam Tvam Prapannam Nahi Prapashyami Mama Panudyat यच्छोकमुच्छोषणमिन्द्रियाणाम् अवाप्य भूमा वसपत्नं रुद्धं राज्यं सुराणामपि चाधिपत्यम् सञ्जय उवाच एवमुक्त्वा हृषीकेशं गुडाकेश परन्तप नयोत्स्य इति गोविन्दम् उक्त्वा तूष्णीं बभूवः तमुवाच हृषीकेशः प्रहसन्निव भारत सेनयोरुभयोर्मध्ये विषीदन्तमिदं वचः श्रीभगवानुवाच अशोच्यानन्वशोचस्त्वं प्रज्ञावादांश्च भाषसे गतासु न गतासूंश्च नानुशोचन्ति पंडिताः न त्वेवाहं जातु नासं न त्वं नेमे जनाधिपाः न चैव न भविष्यामः सर्वे वयमतः परं देहिनोऽस्मिन् यथा देहे कौमारं यौवनं जरा तथा देहान्तरप्राप्तिः धीरस्तत्र न मुह्यते मात्रा स्पर्शास्तु कौन्तेय शीतोष्णसुखदुःखदाः आगमापायेनो नित्याः तां तितिक्षस्व भारत यं हि न व्यथयन्त्येते पुरुषं पुरुषर्षभा समदुःखसुखं धीरं सोऽमृतत्वाय कल्पते नासतो विद्यते भावो ना भावो विद्यते सतः उभयोरपि दृष्टोऽन्तः त्वनयोस्त्वत्वदर्शिभिः अविनाशि तु तद्विद्धि येन सर्वमिदं ततं विनाशमव्ययस्यास्य न कश्चित् कर्तुमर्हति अन्तवन्त इमे देहाः नित्यशोक्ता शरीरिणः अनाशिनो प्रमेयस्य तस्मादुध्यस्व भारत येनं वेत्ति हन्तारं यश्चैनं मन्यते हतम् उभौ तौ न विजानीतः नायं हन्ति न हन्यते न जायते म्रियते वा कदाचित् नायं भूत्वा भविता वा न भूयः अजो नित्यः शाश्वतोऽयं पुराणः न हन्यते हन्यमाने शरीरे वेदा विनाशिनं नित्यं येनमजमव्ययं कथं स पुरुषः पार्थ कं घातयति हन्तिकं वासांसि जीर्णानि यथा विहाय नवानि गृह्णाति नरोपराणि तथा शरीराणि विहाय जीर्णानि अन्यानि संयाति नवानि देहि नैनं छिन्दन्ति शस्त्राणि नैनं दहति पावकः न चैनं क्लेदयन्त्यापो न शोषयति मारुतः अच्छेद्योऽयमदाह्योऽयम् अक्लेद्यो शोष्य एव च नित्य सर्वगतस्थाणुः अचलोऽयं सनातनः अव्यक्तोऽयमचिन्त्योऽयम् अविकार्योऽयमुच्यते तस्मादेवं विदित्वैनं नानुशोचितुमर्हसि. Hari Om everybody. Any questions for yesterday's discussions?
Nothing from the link.
None. Okay. So we'll get back to that nasato vidyate bhavo na bhavo vidyate satah ubhayorapi drushtontaha tvanayo tattvadarshibihi. Yeah, this nasato vidyate bhavaha na bhavo vidyate satah ubhayoho api drushtontaha tvanayo tattvadarshibihi. For the unreal, there is no reality. Okay? And for the real, there is never any unreality. The reality of both of these, whoever has seen it completely, totality, they are the seers of truth. Ubhayoho api antaha drushtaha tu anayoho tattvadarshibhihi. Now, yesterday we said we will cover that Sarpa, Rajju Sarpa Bhranti a little. Now, take the Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. It's a classical example. Everybody is aware of that. The Rajju was mistaken to be the snake. Why? What happened? What happened? There was what is called avarana. There was avarana and then vikshepa. Avarana is some kind of a covering. The Rajju was covered. The Swabhava of Rajju, which you normally perceive as Rajju, is covered. And what happened afterwards? Avarana, then Vikshepa. You have some knowledge of snake and things like that. You have superimposed the snake on that object which is the rope. In the Adhisthana Vastu, which is the rope, you have Ajnana Vashat, because Avarana happened because of what? Ajnana. Because you did not know what that object was, there was Avarana, right? And because that Avarana is because of Ajnana, Ajnana Vashat, you have superimposed what little knowledge of other objects you have had, and you nicely, conveniently superimposed snake on that, which really fits in onto the rope. Now, did the rope tell you to superimpose the snake on it? Number one. Number two, did the rope make you an ajnani in respect of its swabhava? Number three, did the snake on its own come and establish itself on the rope? Or is it because you have created the snake on the rope? From nowhere the snake does not come. The snake must be occurring in your knowledge, in your mind, and that was what was in your mind you have projected, and that was available on the rope. Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. Now, this Sarpa, when does it go? Whenever you have shone a light on that. Jnanadeepa, when you have shone the Jnanadeepa on that, a torch you have put on that, then the snake has, as though, slithered away, vanished. The Rajju remained as it was. The Rajju is not poisoned by the snake. Neither is the Rajju worried that the snake is lost now. Is it not? The Rajju is not worried at all that its a great friend, the snake, has disappeared and it cannot really cover itself. People will really not mistake it to be snake. Now, how to avoid people not mistaking this kind of a thought? Rajju will not entertain, is it not? Same way, asataha. Now here, asat is what? Snake. Asataha, for the snake, bhavaha na vidyate. There is no existence for the snake. Sataha, sataha is what? The rajju, the rope. Sataha, abhavaha api na vidyate. For rajju, you cannot negate any reality. It is there. There is the only reality that is there. And this is only a relative example given. This is not for all times to come. Okay? When you extend it, Atma, then Maya, then the Jagat, etc. We have seen that yesterday. Jagat is what? Jagat is Asataha. Atma is Sat. Sataha Atmanasya Abhavaha na vidyate. You can never negate its reality. It is there all the time. In fact, that is the only thing that is. And Jagat is what? Of which you and I are part. Of which you and I are a part. And of all our transactions are a part. All our relationships are a part. All our sampadas are a part, etc., etc. And this Jagat is Asataha. For that Asataha, Jagataha, Bhavaha na vidyate. Okay?
I have a question here.
Yeah.
When we have superimposed out of ignorance, we have superimposed the Jagat on the Brahma, right? Isn't it? In the example Rajju Sarpa Bhranti.
True.
The Jagat is likened to the snake and rope is likened to Brahma.
Actually, now, yeah.
Yeah. So
go
all our discussions on karma, prarabdha, sanchita, and then dharma, adharma, all that is related to our superimposition of the world on Brahma. So all that is also a part of ignorance. Correct?
Yeah, very right.
So from one standpoint, from the Brahma standpoint, all these actually have no significance.
Yeah, very right.
But then we are made to, understand that all these are important in order to reach Brahma. That is the whole paradox.
Yeah. See,
how
that
to understand this and how to relate the Brahma Vidya while you're living in the world.
Yeah.
I mean, this has been my question from the beginning, but I
understand your anxiety and question. But Brahmara, that cannot be avoided. We have superimposed on the Adhisthana Vastu Brahma, the Jagat. Not only you, not only I, the entire populace, all the jivas in the world have superimposed. This is a collective superimposition. It is not a selective superimposition like the Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. Right? How it happened, why it happened, we do not know. How it happened is a question emanating from Ajnana. Why it happened also is another question coming out of Ajnana. And as long as we have the Ajnana, we will have to take the Jagat to be real. Jagat to be real, and all our sadhanas to reach Brahma must be attempted without fail, as ordained in the Shastras, as ordained in the Upanishad Vakyas and in the Gita. There's no escape, because there is no other way for us to know ourselves. We have forgotten ourselves. For us to know ourselves again, this is the only way. We have been thinking that Jagat is Satyam. Yavat Satyam Jagat Bhati. We have seen that in the Atma Bodha. Tavanna Jnayate Brahma. Sarva Adhishtanam Advayam. And for knowing that Brahma, all these sadhanas, these are inescapable. And all these sadhanas really take us there. That is the promise of the Shastra. That is also the promise of Bhagavan Sri Krishna. Okay? He finally says towards the end in the 18th chapter. Kachide tachrutam padha tvayekagrena chetasa kachidajnana sammohaha pranashtaste dhananjaya. Hey Dhananjaya, your ajnana is it nicely taken care? Kachidajnana sammohaha, your delusion born out of ajnana, is it nicely destroyed? Kachide tachrutam padha. Have you listened to this discourse? And this is at the end of the 18th chapter. This was the 72nd verse, I think, of the 18th chapter. Kachideta Shrutam Padha. Have you listened nicely? Tvaya Ekagrena Chetasa. With single pointed attention and mind, have you? And have you benefited from that? And your Ajnana Janita Moha, is it destroyed? That was a question. And exits Bhagavan after that. Okay?
Jai Gurudev. There's two. I have a question on Maya's function. One is avarna, veiling, and veiling the reality, isn't it? And that veil is our ajnana. And what is the other function of Maya?
Other function of Maya is superimposition.
Okay.
Okay? Avarana, vikshepa.
Vikshepa, correct.
Vikshepa. You mistakenly have superimposed the snake on the rope. You do not generally see on the rope, you will look for superimposition, something similar in form and appearance to the rope. You certainly will not. You may superimpose a stick on the rope, certainly. Nothing wrong in the sense, nothing wrong in the sense, it is wrong as it is, but the modality of superimposition is not a bad thing. Stick on the rope, it's not a bad thing. But you don't go and superimpose a buffalo on the rope. Do we? No. It does not even occur to our mind to superimpose. But you may superimpose a stretch of straw on the rope. All those things are related forms. Yes, please. Somebody said something.
Yeah, but here, for you to be able to superimpose the snake on the rope, you must have had some prior knowledge of the snake.
Of the snake.
Correct?
Yes, yes.
So there was at one point, the snake was real. Therefore, it is there in your knowledge base. Therefore,
at what point was snake real?
When you saw a real snake. There you didn't superimpose, no?
You're not seen a real snake. The snake you have superimposed, that vikshepa janita sarpaha aham drashtaha. That I have seen.
Because
there is no reality for that.
I also have a question. Can I ask?
Yeah.
Sat, definition of truth also is something that doesn't change with space and time.
Your audio is weak, madam.
Okay. Is it better?
Yeah, better now.
Yeah. The definition of Sat also is something that doesn't change with space and time. Sometimes.
Please say that again. Say that again.
Sat, the truth is something which doesn't change with space and time. So this Pancha Mahabhuta, Prithvi, Gagan, Vayu, Agni, Nir, are these Sat or Asat?
Or?
The question is whether this Pancha Mahabhuta are Sat or Asat.
Certainly Asat.
Okay.
Pancha Mahabhutas are Or Maya Janitam, is it not? I think Tattva Bodha, that chapter you have missed.
Okay.
Brahmashraya Maya. Tataha Akashas Sambhutaha. Akashad Vayuho. Vayuho Agnihi. From Maya, all these things are born. And Maya is what? That which is not is Maya. Maya itself is Asat. When Maya is Asat, all her children will be certainly Asat. Am I right?
Yeah, see, it is right. Probably we have to understand, because Akasha doesn't seem Asat. Akasha is not dependent on anything. So
Like,
Akasha,
you know, madam, shall I tell you in later vein? You just now
yes,
said Akasha does not seem to be Asat.
yes,
I say Jagat does not seem to be Asat. Both are right
yes,
or
yes.
both are wrong?
Both are right.
Both are wrong.
Wrong.
Akash does not seem to be Asat is wrong. Okay. Jagat also, because our Ajnana has nicely given the Vikshepa to even the Jagat. Right? On Brahma, which is Jagat, the Adhisthana Vastu is Brahma, and on that there is a tremendous coverage. And this is a collective coverage by all of us, not individual coverage. And that coverage has uniformly created this Jagat for all of us to enjoy and suffer. And this Jagat is certainly Asat. Sataha abhavaha na vidyate. Brahma is Sat, that does not have any abhava. Asataha, that is Jagataha, bhavaha na vidyate. It does not have any real existence. Simple terms. You are in the Jagrata Avastha now. You and I are talking. Afterwards, when we say Hari Om and depart at 8 o'clock, what happens? You have your dinner and eat and sleep. Then this Jagrat Jagat available to you. The Jagat which you are thinking does not seem to be Asat. Or the Akasha, is it available to you? Which you are thinking it does not seem to be Asat. It is not there. When it is not there, in one avastha itself it is not there. From Jagrat avastha to your Swapna avastha, it is nicely knocked out. And Sat is what? What is the definition of Sat? Trikala. Trikala, abhatita vastu. Trikala. In 3 periods of time, forget about past, present, and future. From Jagrat avastha to Swapna avastha itself, it is not there. How does it become Sat? Your Akasha is gone, my Jagat is gone. Both are Asat. Am I understood?
Yes, yes, sir. These are very difficult to understand, but you are clear. What you are explaining is clear.
Yeah, difficult to understand because you know why? You know why? All of us have got different levels of obstacles in the mind.
Yes.
Pratibandhakas, they are called. And all those things, pratibandhakas, have been collected by us from various janmas because of our samskaras. Our swabhava janita samskaras of the previous births have rendered that kind of a pratibandhaka obstacle to each one of us at different levels. There are some people who do not have any interest in knowing at least one verse of the Gita. They have a tremendous pratibandhaka. You and I, we have some interest in knowing some slokas of the Gita. So we have got moderate pratibandhakas. We must thank Bhagavan Krishna for that. This moderate pratibandhakas also, Bhagavan Krishna says, will vanish with his krupa. Maya metam tarantite. Hey, whoever with bhaktya, mam prapajyate, with tremendous bhakti, whoever prays to me, I will take care of the troubling Maya from them. That is a promise from Bhagavan. So we'll have to invoke that kind of an interest in Bhagavan in us. And how do we generate that interest in Bhagavan? Bhagavan has a number of people, millions and billions of people. He has to take care of everybody, you and I together. And we must be the most serious applicants for Bhagavan to get rid of this Maya. Till then, we will have to study the Gita, understand the Gita, conform to the Gita diktats, and go forward. Right? Now we are coming out from this Rajju Sarpa Bhranti. Now, the next verse. Is that okay? Can we go forward?
Yes, I just wanted to one more time, if you could read that, this sloka, the 16th sloka, how to break it. You said, asato vidyate.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you.
I will read the sloka entirely, then I'll break it. Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha, ubhayorapi drushtantaha, tvanayostattvadarshibhihi. I will start with the second line. Ubhayoho api drushtaha antaha. Ubhayoho api. These two. Which two will come back? That is in the first line. Ubhayoho api drushtaha antaha. In their totality, whoever has seen this really, stvanayoho, that is, in their essence, the reality of this and that bhava and abhava of sat and asat, whoever has seen that in totality, they are Tattvadarshibhihi. They are the Tattvadarshis. They have seen the Tattva. Right? Now, the first line. Na asataha vidyate bhavaha. Na means no. Asataha means like the Jagat, like the snake. Na asataha vidyate bhavaha. Vidyate means obtains. Vidyate means obtains. But na is there. Na vidyate. Asataha na vidyate bhavaha. Right? Understood?
Yeah. So na asato vidyate bhavaka and na
No. Don't jump. Na abhavo. Na abhavo vidyate sataha. Abhava means what? Non-existence.
Non-existence.
Na abhavaha vidyate sataha. Neither can you admit non-existence for sat. Right? These two, sataha, abhavaha, na vidyate. This is sataha here towards the end, hiding there. Sataha, abhavaha, na vidyate. You cannot entertain non-existence for sat, because that's the only thing that is. And asataha bhavaha na vidyate. It is even the reason and cause for your asat to be dancing on our head. Like what? The snake on the rope. Like the snake on the rope. It is the rope that is responsible. It is Brahma that is responsible. Brahmashraya Maya, Brahmashraya Asataha. Understand? Is that okay?
Yes, I got it. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Okay. Now we go forward. Avinashitu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinashamavyayasya na kaschit kartumarhati. Now Arjuna's problem is what? Kadam bhishmamaham sankhe dronam cha madhusudana. How do you expect me, O Madhusudana? You went and killed that Madhu Rakshasa, but you want me to kill my guru and my tata, my Bhishmacharya, my Pitamaha. How can I? Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan bhaikshyamapi haloke shreyaha, etc., etc. Arjuna said, isn't it? Now Krishna is saying, hey, all those people, they cannot be killed. Avinashitu tat vidhi. Suddenly he said tat here. What is it tat? Till now, in the earlier verse, only sat was talked of, is it not? Nasato vidyate bhavo, na bhavo vidyate sataha. Isn't it? Sat and asat were talked of. What is this tat? Suddenly, avinashitu tat vidhi tat. This tat is indeed the same thing as that sat. That sat, which is the sadvastu, which is existence personified, and that is the same thing as tat. In the Chandogya Upanishad Mahavakya, Tatvamasi, that tat is this. Avinashitu tadvidhi tu. Whereas tat avinashinaha iti vidhi, understand. And why that tat yena sarvamidam tatam. With tat only, everything here is occupied. Yena sarvamidam tatam. That is the nature of tat. The tat is in you, in me, in a blade of grass, in a building, in a particle of sand, in the waters of the ocean, in the sun, in the moon, and in your dream, and in your sushupti, everywhere. Avinashitu tatvidhi yena sarvamedam tatam. Tatam vyaptam. Without a break, without any gap, tatam. Vinasham avyayasya, that which is undeclinable and unspendable. Avyaya. Vyaya means what? Vyayam. Vyayam is what? Expenditure. Is it not? Avyayasya, you can't expend it. Vinasham avyayasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Nobody can qualify for vinasham of that tat. That tat cannot be destroyed because of so many things. I'll come to that when we go to the next few verses. Avinashitu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinasham avyayasya na kaschit kartum arhati. Incidentally, are you people reading the Gita slokas as they ought to be read? Like say, I was reading all along. If you are not, you please make a beginning to read. It will be really a blessing to you. Otherwise, this will be a 1 hour what? Time pass, which is not our intention. So kindly get back to reading the slokas yourself and debating the meanings also. Now, So avinashitu tad vidhi yena sarvamidam tatam vinasham avyayasya asya. Vinasham avyayasya asya. Asya means that avyayasya. Na kaschit kartum arhati. Nobody, na kaschit, nobody. Kartum, kartum means vinasham kartum. That vinasham kartum arhati is qualified. It's impossible. Now, antavanta ime dehaha nitya shokta sharirinaha anashina prameyasya tasmadujyasva bharata antavanta ime dehaha. Ime dehaha, all these dehaha, all these bodies assembled in the battlefield, all these bodies. See, Krishna Bhagavan is already mentioning them now as not men, as not yodhas. Dehaha, antavanta ime dehaha, nitya shokta sharirinaha. This dehaha is kind of plural. Is plural, not kind of. Dehaha is plural. Shariri is what? Shariram is what? Singular. Shariri is what? Singular. The one who is in the Sharira is Shariri. And the Shariri is mentioned as singular. Can you tell me why?
Because he's singular everywhere in all the bodies.
Exactly. Nitya Shokta Sharirinaha. The Shariri is not different from your Sharira and my Sharira, etc., etc. The Shariri is indeed Atma. Ajnana Vashat, he got locked up in our dirty bodies and he has become Shariri. Nitya Shokta Sharirinaha Anashinaha. Anashinaha. Anashinaha means he does not have any end. Anashinaha. Aprameyasya. We will see what is that aprameya. Aprameyasya. Tasmat yujyasva bharata. Hey, because of that, go get up and fight, Arjuna. Get up is not there. Tasmat yujyasva bharata. Therefore fight, Arjuna. Arjuna said, Nayo chaite govindam muktva tushnim babuvaha. Is it not? Sanjaya Uvacha. Eva muktva Hrishikesham Gudakesha Parantapa Nayocha iti govindam muktva tushnim babuvaha. Nayocha, I will not fight, he said. And Krishna Bhagavan is telling him, hey, Yujyasva, you fight. You fight, man. Anashinaha. Anashinaha. This Shariri is Anashinaha. Antavanta ime dehaha. All these bodies are destructible. Nitya shokta sharirinaha. Nityaha iti uktaha sharirinaha. The Shariri is said to be Nitya, eternal. Anashinaha. And Nasharahitaha, that is, Anashinaha means Nasharahitaha, and Aprameyasya. Aprameyasya is what? Now, there are 2-3 words we will have to pick up now. Prameya is what? An object of our knowledge. That is called Prameya. And I would like to gain knowledge of that object. I am called Pramata. Right? Prameya, the object of which I would like to gain knowledge, and I am called Pramata. And I will operate some means of knowledge, like my eyes, my sense of touch or whatever, to gain knowledge of that object. And that means is called Pramana. Pramana. And operating this Pramana, like my opening the eyes and seeing the object, operating my eyes, which is the Pramana, and the eyes establish, hey, what you are looking at is a flower, and that is a rose flower. So this kind of a data is given to me, and this data is called prama. Prama is knowledge. Prameya is that flower. Pramata is I striving to know what is that. And my eyes have operated the pramana, and I have got the prama, the knowledge of what that object is. Now, this is aprameya. Aprameya means what? Anashinaha, aprameyaha. Here, aprameyaha. Aprameya is what? It is not an object of your knowledge. It is not an object of your sense organs and mind. It is not even an object of your thinking faculty called the intellect. It is not. Aprameya. Because why aprameya? Why aprameya? Earlier verse has said what? Brahmara, can you project the earlier verse? It is everywhere. Yeah. Avinashitu tadvidhi ena sarvamidam tatam. Sarvamidam tatam, everything it is occupied. When it is occupied, like that madam today who said, Akasha does not seem to be asat. Is it not? I also said, yes, Jagat does not seem to be asat. This not seeming to be asat is the problem for us. Now, yena sarvamidam tatam, that Atma has occupied every quarter. Avinashihi, that kind of a thing, how can you ever make any effort to destroy that? And on the other hand, antavanta ime dehaha nitya shokta sharirinaha. The shariri, the singular shariri in all the shariras, in all the dehas, is anashinaha, aprameyaha. But the problem is the shariri is aprameyaha. You cannot know by normal means of knowledge. Aprameyaha tasmadu jasva bharata. Because this is aprameya, all our struggles to know that which is aprameya, to make that ourselves. You know what? The problem is, why it is aprameya? Why it is aprameya? Because it is I. I am looking for myself. Can I ever get it? If I keep on looking for myself, can I ever get him? That is how it is aprameya. I'm looking for myself all the time. But the look for myself in the mind must be done properly, okay, in a systematic manner and in a very, very committed manner. Then it will be available. Next verse. Ye enam veti hantaram eschainam manyate hatam ubhau tau na vijanitaha nayam hanti na hanyate. There is a beautiful sloka in the Kathopanishad on the lines of this verse. This says, Ye enam veti hantaram eschainam manyate hatam. I will explain the meaning. Ubhau tau na vijanitaha nayam hanti na hanyate. Here in the Kathopanishad, the second line is verbatim ditto. Ubhau tau na vijanitaha nayam hanti na hanyate. But the first line, Yamadharmaraja slightly modified because he was kind of ancient compared to the date of the Gita, the present Gita, not the Gita which Bhagavan Krishna has taught, imam vivasvate yogam, etc. In the 4th chapter beginning, he says that I have told the sun god, and without the sun god, where is his yama? Yama is supposed to be the son of the sun god. Right? Now, the first line of this, Hanta chen manyate hantum, hatas chen manyate hatam, ubhau tau na vijanitaha, nayam hanti na hanyate. From the Kathopanishad to the Gita, there is a lot of affinity. There have been a number of verses in the Kathopanishad which look as though like those are in the Gita. For instance, in the 15th chapter of the Gita, it starts with Urdhvamolam adhashakam ashvattham prahuravyayam chandamse yasya parnani yastam veda savedavit. Almost that kind of a verse is there in the Kathopanishad. Like that, about half a dozen verses are there. It's very nice to look at the Kathopanishad that way. Now, ya enam veti hantaram, whoever understands, veti means understands, knows. Ya enam means this Atma, ya enam veti hantaram, that this, it kills, hantaram means kills. Eschenam manyate hatam, and this will get killed. Iti, whoever thinks initially this way, that Atma kills and Atma is killed. Atma kills, Atma is killed. Ubhau, both of these, tau, those two, na vijanitaha, they do not understand. Nayam hanti, na ayam hanti. This fellow called Atma, na ayam hanti, it does not kill. Na hanyate, nor does it get killed. Right? Ya enam veti hantaram, eschainam manyate hatam, ubhau tau na vijanitaha, nayam hanti, na hanyate. Because this Atma, who does it have to kill? It has to kill itself. When it is everywhere, when it is sarvagataha, nitya shokta sharirinaha, anashinaha aprameyasya, etc. All those things are mentioned, isn't it? Avinashitu tadvidhi yena sarvamidam tatam, with which everything is engulfed, everything is occupied, yena sarvamidam tatam, that what can it kill? When it is everywhere, which can it kill? Right? Which cannot kill? Secondly, what can kill it? When it is everywhere, including in the killer. When it is everywhere means the killer taking some Brahmastra and trying to shoot Atma. Even in that Brahmastra, Atma is there. And in the wielder of Brahmastra, also Atma is there. Ubhau tau na vijanitaha, na ayam hanti, na hanyate. Now, na jayate.
It's like the Brahmarpanam Brahmahavihi Brahmagnau Brahmanahutam. So I mean,
yeah, maybe some likeness is there.
Yeah,
some likeness is there. Yes, that kind of a likeness is there in quite a few verses of the Gita, because everywhere Bhagavan is talking of only Atma, nothing else. Poor man cannot talk of anything other than Atma, because that is Atma Vastu is required for Arjuna and all of us. Now, na jayate mriyate va kadachit nayam bhutva bhavita va na bhuyaha ajo nitya shashvatoyam puranaha na hanyate hanyamane sharire. this Atma, nahanyate. I'm starting from the last line. Nahanyate. Nahanyate means does not get killed. Hanyamane sharire. When the sharira, not shariri, when the sharira, that is the body, hanyamane, when the body is killed, this nahanyate. Why? Najayate, it is not born. Na mriyate, this na has to be attached to mriyate also. Najayate namriyate va kadachit. Right? It is never born, nor does it ever die. Na ayam bhutva, not that this having been, bhavita va na bhuyaha, in future it is this shall not exist. Iti na. Na ayam bhutva. Ayam bhutva means having been, bhavita in bhavishyat kale, bhavita va na bhuyaha, it will not be. Iti bhavana na. Ajaha, unborn. Nityaha, eternal. Shashvataha, permanent. Ayam puranaha. Ayam puranaha. Ayam puranaha is, this is ancient. This was there before Maya. This is the adhisthana for Maya. This was there before Jagat. This is the cause as though for Jagat, of which we are a part. Ajaha, Nityaha, Shashvataha, Ayam Puranaha. This is ancient, this is eternal, this is permanent, this is not born. Najayate is reinforced again here. Here Najayate, here Ajaha. Ajaha means not born. Namriyate, never dies. Na ayam bhutva bhavita vana bhuyaha, ajaha nityaha shashvataha, ayam puranaha, na hanyate, hanyamane sharire. Next verse is even more beautiful. Veda, I think we are running out of time. We'll just touch upon that verse and go. Yeah. Veda vinashinam nityam yenamajam avyayam katham sapurusha pardha kam ghatayati hantikam. Veda avinashinam. Understand this to be avinashinam, indestructible. Nityam. Nityam is eternal. Yaha, yenam, ajam, avyayam. Whoever, yenam, this Atma, ajam, which is unborn, avyayam, which is everlasting. Katham sapurusha padha. Hey, padha, how? Katham sapurushaha. Sapurushaha means this fellow. Yeah, that purushaha. Kam ghatayati. How can he even injure? Kam ghatayati hantikam. Or you can say, kam ghatayati hantikam. How does that person have this Atma killed? Or how does that person kill the Atma directly? He will have an agent to kill the Atma, or he will kill the Atma himself. That kind of thing. Katham sapurusha padha kam ghatayati hantikam. We will see this tomorrow. Any questions also tomorrow, please? Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om, everybody.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.
Hari Om. Namaste, sir.
Hari Om. Thank you so much.